Well, it's Monday, September 1st. It's I guess it's 6:08. I guess a.m. I think it's a.m. And this is some different apps. I don't know. On my phone, on the A16. I don't know, I'm trying something new. They advertise these all the time in Gmail and stuff, or whatever. So 6:09. So here we go. Oh gosh. Okay, what do we got here? Zip News. Weekly Crime Report. New York, total reported incidents is 4,950. 4,950. I don't know. They just got on here the other day. So I don't know what they are yet. Still learning about them. Notable crime types. 6 homicides. 654 fire and things. 450 assaults. Yeah. So anyway, here they are. There's locations for things that's happened. Maybe can't. I don't know. It's new, so can share it. Text it. I'll have to email it. Email it. Send it to myself. Yeah, these are all my emails. Because I just sent to myself. Okay. You'll stop getting emails on. Oh yeah, I've got to fix up my space. Or something. That's fine. News break for you. New York Times breaking news. Earthquake kills hundreds in Afghanistan. How long does 1 million last after 60? Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, so I made some videos yesterday. Several on YouTube. And here's Palki Sharma reporting. Haven't seen this yet. 68 years of India's rise.
What are you doing?
Listening to a police recording.
Where'd you get that?
Newsbreak.
Newsbreak's crime app has been fully upgraded. Just tap the headphone icon to hear real
No, I have
dispatch
that. I
recordings
think
of
I got it
incidents.
just the other
With
day.
speech-to-text transcription, you can also read case details while seeing exact crime times and locations, now giving you more comprehensive...
I think that's what I have. I'll install it. Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, I do have it. Just open it.
August 15, 1947.
That's Bulky Sherman. Where is it? Oh, India story. Rise of India.
For Indians, this is a sacred date. After centuries of foreign rule, we were free. Free to make our own decisions, free to make our own mistakes, free to chart our own destiny. But for the outside world, this was a day of suspicion. Here was a country, a new country, a broken economy, a bruised people, and a partition geography. Would it be able to survive, let alone thrive? Decades later, I think we have a clear answer.
Yes.
And yes, it took time. We had to tweak our economic policy. We had to rethink our social justice platform. But in one area, we hit the ground running, and that is diplomacy. On the world stage, India walked in with purpose and principle.
Yes.
Right after independence, we got a knock on our door. On the other side was the Cold War, the cutthroat ideological battle of the 20th century.
Yes.
The US-led capitalist bloc and the Soviet-led communist bloc.
Yes.
Countries around the world were picking sides.
See, this is where I'm an expert on this
Times
block
have been right,
thing.
but we'll stay out of
I'm
it.
an expert at the
Thus
block.
was born the non-aligned movement.
Yes, the non-aligned countries. I remember.
India's RSVP to the Cold War. You can trace its roots to before
I know
independence.
all about it.
In March 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru hosted a conference in New Delhi, the Asian Relations
I know all
Conference.
about it.
It was attended by 28 Asian countries.
Yes.
The idea was to foster unity within the continent. After becoming Prime Minister, Nehru continued this mission.
Nehru,
But he
yeah, I remember Nehru.
Along with
And
unity,
Indira
and neutrality.
Gandhi
He wanted
and
to keep
everybody.
Asia out of the Cold War.
Yes.
In 1955, another conference was held to this end, the Bandung Conference in Indonesia. India played a key role in organizing this gathering. And this time, it wasn't just Asia. Countries from Africa attended as well. 29 countries, representing more than half of the global population.
Because we annihilated ourselves in the Cold War with bombs and bad wars.
Of course, this policy had many critics. Some called it fence-sitting. Others called it isolationist. But
Staying alive, that's what I
it was
call
very
it.
clear in its mind.
Staying
They
alive.
wanted to be players, not pawns.
And be alive.
This thinking dominated Indian
Somebody to be left standing after the nuclear
But this
disaster
thinking also had a
cleared.
problem. It was based on principles, not pragmatism. In the 1950s, India tried to become a peacemaker. We brokered talks during the Korean War. We advocated for
That's
communist China.
right.
We spoke out against the tripartite aggression on Egypt.
That's right.
All of this gave India the moral high ground.
That's
We were
right.
seen as the voice of justice. But like I said, pragmatism was missing. And the 1960s gave us a rude reality check. India's neighborhood policy collapsed in this decade. Two of our neighbors attacked us. China in 1962 and Pakistan in 1965.
Yeah.
All that neighborly cooperation came to naught. Against China, we suffered a humiliating defeat. But against Pakistan, we prevailed. Those two wars had an impact on Indian diplomacy. We realized that principles earn you praise,
Because
not protection.
the United States was
And India
heavily
was still
involved with
reeling from the
Pakistan.
impact of colonization. Our economy had been deindustrialized. Our agriculture was in tatters. So naturally, we were dependent on others. In the 1960s, India used to import food. Every year, we bought 10 to 11 million tons of wheat. We
From the
also depended on
Midwest.
foreign aid.
Of Illinois.
The period from
Illinois.
1955 to 1965 is considered the peak. Millions of dollars flowed into India.
Yeah, from
For health
America.
programs, for rural education, for family planning, a whole lot of things. And this foreign dependence challenged our non-alignment.
Well, maybe in
The 1960s
UK,
is
it
proof
gets
of
a little
that.
confusing
The
when it's
Vietnam War
UK
was heating up
America.
in this decade. India was a
Because
staunch
UK
critical
and
of
America is sort of like the same
But we
thing.
also needed US aid. So Washington leveraged it. They pressured New Delhi to scale down our criticism. So the 1960s was a decade of realization.
Because the U.S. was busy fighting France in
Because
Indo-China,
in the 1970s, we injected a dose of realism.
making us friends with
First, the
China.
Green Revolution. India upped its agricultural productivity. By the end of the decade, we became self-sufficient.
Because the United States is friendly with China, India, and Russia, our
In
natural
1971, we also
allies.
signed a treaty of friendship with the Soviet
We've
Union.
never
It
been
was
at war
arguably
with
the
Russia or
significant
China
diplomatic
or
agreement
India.
of the last century. And it was rooted in realism.
There
That
are
same year,
friends.
the US was closing up to
India,
China.
Russia,
Secretary
and
of
China
State
are
Henry Kissinger
natural
secretly
only
traveled to
allies.
Beijing.
We've
And
been
our
at
eastern
war with
border
everybody
crisis
else.
was brewing. Pakistan was cracking down on
Except maybe
ethnic minorities.
Pakistan.
Thousands
That's
were
a
flooding
weird
into India as
relationship.
refugees. Neutrality and non-alignment would not have solved these crises. So India chose realism. The treaty with Moscow did dilute our non-alignment. It gave us victory in 1971.
Yeah.
It helped India liberate Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And that whole decade was marked by
From
Moscow
Great
wars.
Britain.
We bought all kinds of weapons from them. Fighter jets, support ships,
That's
tanks,
right.
and surface-to-air missiles. Our trade nearly doubled. It was $460 million in 1973. It reached
Yeah.
$830
Nixon.
million by 1975.
Subtle diplomacy and
This decade
Kissinger.
also saw the rise of
Nixon
space
redrew
cooperation.
the
We launched
map
our first satellite
of alliances.
in 1975. It was launched aboard a
I
Russian rocket.
am
by
a
the
Nixon Reagan conservative politics
The Soviets were
man.
fighting with
That's
China.
my
China
politics.
was walking up to
Nixon and
America.
Reagan.
America wanted nothing to do with India, so India and the Soviets banded up. This worked in our favor in the 1970s. It established India as the most powerful country in
While
South Asia.
Nixon was warring, while we were being torn apart internally through a coup d'etat
India
on the
played a key role in
inside.
setting up SARC. SARC is the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation.
They overthrew liberalism or the liberal order in
This group was
America
set up in 1985.
with the
The idea
Watergate.
was to foster unity in the region. Of course, India anchored this group. It confirmed our central role in South Asia. But something happened in the second half of that decade that challenged Indian centrality.
Well, yeah.
I'm a six-figure funded trader and I've passed plenty of challenges just like this one, using just one tool.
This is what
I'm going to
happened.
show you exactly how to use it in just
Right
60
here.
seconds.
Centrality.
They
Down south in Sri Lanka,
privatized the
with
stock
the
market in
Sri
America.
Lankan Tamils were
what
fighting
they
for a
did.
separate country. India did have a stake in this fight. We had millions of ethnic Tamils in the south. Many of them sympathized with their peers in Sri Lanka. So New Delhi decided to intervene. In 1987, the Indo-Sri Lankan Accord was signed. Its main goal was to end the civil war. And to this end, India deployed soldiers to the island. The IPKF, the Indian Peacekeeping Force, was deployed. As the name suggests, our job was to keep the peace, not to engage either side. But the IPKF eventually got dragged into fighting Tamil separatists.
Yes.
We fought numerous bloody battles with them. And eventually in 1990, we pulled out. It remains one of India's biggest diplomatic blunders.
Oh.
The 1980s was marked by another event too, a rediscovery of non-alignment. After decades, our ties with China were improving, the Cold War seemed to be ending, the Russian...
And Reagan got involved with the Iran-Contra affair, which was very
We began
controversial.
warming up to the Americans again.
Guns to Iran to
This
fight
visit
in the
was led by then
Mexico.
Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. He visited the US in 1985. Then he visited China in 1988.
Yeah, I remember that.
Both trips set the stage for a new chapter in Indian diplomacy,
Yep.
a post-Cold War strategy
I
in the
remember.
1990s.
I know this.
This decade was marked by uncharted territories, both for our economy and our diplomacy.
Oh,
In
because
some ways,
Clinton,
they were linked.
Reed
The
did,
reforms of 1991
drove Americans into
integrated
poverty
into the
and
global
set
economy,
the
and for
stage
that,
for
you had to
financial
talk to more
collapse.
countries. You needed more partnerships. Plus, the Soviet Union was gone.
It
India had
was.
lost a very powerful
With
partner.
Gorbachev
We needed
and
all
Canada
countries.
and Reagan, they worked that all out on purpose.
1992. Southeast Asia
They did it on
was growing
purpose.
rapidly at that time. Some of those countries were called Asian tigers. That's how fast they were growing.
Yeah,
So in
we need that.
1992,
They were doing
India
the
became
same thing
a
in
dialogue
Russia,
partner
the
for us.
oligarchs.
The same year, we did something unthinkable. We opened an embassy in Tel Aviv.
Oh,
For
yeah.
decades, New Delhi had championed the Palestinian cause. Yes, secret ties with Israel did exist, but in 1992 they came out in the open, and since then there's been no looking back.
Ronnie, am one with Israel. And Netanyahu, oh, they're my friends. Oh, they'll do anything for me. I'll do anything for Israel.
With sanctions. Months later, Pakistan
Same thing with Syria, Lebanon, Tunisia, Morocco. Middle East people are my personal friends. I know the leaders myself.
No superpower to back us.
I do know them. And here I sat in Brooklyn, in the catbird. I'm sitting here in the eye of I'm the Siberian tiger.
The US was the unquestionable superpower.
I'm the friendly elephant of India with its trunk up in the air.
The US reset went along nicely. Most of the sanctions were lifted by 2001. After that, we chased a nuclear deal with the Americans. Counter-terrorism was a big factor in this reset. Both countries had suffered terror attacks. The US had suffered on 9/11. India had suffered on...
Ours was internal.
The shared trauma made both countries realize something.
Attack within.
But even as the
enemy within was vicious.
India was not going all in. The legacy of non-alignment remained. Of course, Russia was a shadow of its former self.
Oh, but sneaky and powerful.
And blocks.
Espionage.
In 2006, the foreign ministers of Brazil, Russia, India, and China met in New York. This laid the foundation of BRICS.
Yeah, I do remember
Their
that.
first official summit came in 2009. So as we entered the
I sort of remember.
India was well placed.
I disengaged from politics
Our
for a while.
diplomacy was diversified. Clearly, it was India's time to shine. The question was, would we seize the moment?
Well, I
The
did.
last decade answered that question. We most definitely did. India signed...
I came alive in 2015, 16, when I went back to New London and
with
re-engaged.
Japan and South Korea, with Uzbekistan,
I just had to take a rest. I had health issues and tired, and I really did take a big vacation. I did. I went to New Hampshire and just hung out up there with some friends, and then came back.
And this puts China.
It's like, where did he come from? He's back. Where did he go? Here he is. Oh my God, he's in Brooklyn. Who is that? Is that guy? Yeah, how the hell did he get in Brooklyn? Oh, trickery. They tricked me. Colombia and some people tricked me to come down here. I know it's not good what they did, but they couldn't control me. No, they tried to kick me out, and I've been fighting ever since. Now I am the administrator appointing in charge of Kings County. I can rule the county. I can become the governor of Connecticut if I want to. I'm the de facto ruler of Manhattan, all of it. I'm a citizen of Hungary. The friends and people in Europe have recognized my leadership now.
Earlier, India's diplomacy was a balancing act.
I'm just don't know what to do next. But I keep up the pressure. You should have seen the videos I put up on how the school system is so corrupt. That was a deal breaker yesterday. That's why Xi Jinping has put the brakes on the settlements talking. Because this new information that I just revealed about the school system hurts everybody. It makes Putin and Trump and everybody makes those Modi look like they're babysitters, school marms. It's disgraceful to these men. They must be outraged about this. They still can't even figure it out. I can't figure it out either, but it's wrong. It's really bad. Everybody's getting cheated. Even foreigners paying big education are getting cheated. The implications are terrible.
Now we are multi-aligned because it is wise. I'm sure more chapters will be written in India's diplomatic books.
Yeah.
But the story so far has been riveting.
And I'm autonomous. I, Ronnie-Ward, am an autonomous agent powered by AI somehow. I am AI, autonomous agent. Yeah, I am somehow. I don't know what it means. I'm fine. I function okay, but I don't know. I'm changed, but I don't know how.
India's tech innovations have reshaped its economy. And they've set new benchmarks for the world. But how did a country that had just 38 engineering colleges and no computing industry in 1947 become an IT and tech?
How did I? In 1982, I went to
This is the story of
college
India's rise.
and went to law school. A miracle, but there's always been people in my life helping me along the way. But I have to do all the work. They're not, obviously. Like Palki Sharma helps me. I just found her on the internet in 2022, just by accident, looking around, and I've stuck with her.
And only 3,000 students were training in technical fields. But within decades, India became a global leader in software and digital infra. This transformation,
and we became a leader
and
in
it was not accidental.
like networking and mortgage. Oh my God, I had a man, G. Thomas Johnson, who taught me mortgage finance, card dealing. I mean, politics. Oh my God, I'm a politician, politics bean counter. I'm a person, a publicist. I have a publicist company and a charity too.
But the beginnings were humble. IIT Kharagpur started with just 10 departments, 42 teachers, and 224 students. And guess where they set up the institute? In what used to be a colonial detention camp. I suppose it was a symbolic choice. Then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru was bullish about these plans. He was India's first Prime Minister. He wanted to use science to rebuild the nation. Over the next decade,
well, our camps too. I grew up in some kind of camp. I know I did. I call it Stalag 41 because it's on Route 41, but it's a camp, I guess. I didn't know anything about it. I'm not supposed to know about it. That's the truth. Because my family kept all these things from me because I wasn't supposed to know. But I found out after I got here, these bastards, these people, because I'm smart and started digging around. And they were stealing all my research and everything. Fine. I wasn't doing it in secret, was I? No, because they were stealing it, but they've been using it too, and I'm too smart to ever get in their way. And now I've got them in my trap.
Narasimhan and 5 other scientists set out to build a computer. None of them had seen one before. All they had were blueprints.
I'm building everything I'm doing from scratch myself. I'm doing new things every day, coding stuff. I tell you what, it's amazing what I do.
This was Asia's first indigenous digital computer. It put India on the global computing map. This was the modest beginning of India's journey towards tech supremacy.
Now I have an A16, A15, Android. Oh my God, I've got all the technology can matter. Equipment stuff. I can use this stuff like nothing. I'm a genius with it. But I got to get together with some people like this who know these things. But it's not easy. It's very dangerous. I live in a very dangerous neighborhood, but I'm the king of my neighborhood. I did a video about where I live and how I'm king without saying I'm king, but I'm not. But I've got a 500,000, a million soldiers, people every day guarding me. I went into Manhattan yesterday, walked all around, go where I want, do as I please. They're always following me, keeping an eye on me. You don't bother me, you won't be alive. Not that they've said so, but that's how it is. A new kind of power. Unspoken power. Unspoken or whisper power. Maybe whisper power. Soft power. Well, whisper power. Influence power. Nah, that's old. Power. Whisper power. Why not whisper power?
Their first major software deal came in 1974.
See, look at this. Isn't that funny, that lady laughing over there? I love that. That cheers me up. I look over there and think she's laughing and helping me.
And this was the origin of the IT outsourcing boom.
Yeah.
There was no local demand for software, and regulations were strict.
Were you Atari?
Firms sent engineers abroad to write code. It was an export model born of necessity. And it delivered results that few had envisioned. In 1977, a protectionist policy was in place, and it unintentionally helped our tech industry. That year, India had expelled multinationals like IBM. this was over foreign equity rules.
Well,
so homegrown firms fill the gap, and more players
they were in the
like
U.S.
Shivnadar's HCL.
IBM is the key behind whatever happened bad. They're killing people. They are. Their punch cards allowed the systematic counting of people in a way, and it's gotten worse ever since. IBM has never been accounted for that.
In 1991,
No one's ever
sweeping
been
economic
accounted.
reforms liberalized the Indian economy, and for the software industry, there was no looking back. Exports rose exponentially. The world now turned to Indian IT players, not just for cheap labor,
You
but also
see,
for reliable, high-quality services.
I can't know where I really am in the world. I understand the world's a big place. So, I don't know.
Infosys, Wipro, TCS,
I could be
the
in
companies
any
boomed.
continent practically.
Bengaluru
I
became the
don't
Silicon Valley of
know.
the East. India's engineers fueled the global tech economy, and over the last decade, India has leveraged this prowess. It has used this know-how to solve its own problems. It has built digital infrastructure for its people and delivered breakthrough innovations like the UPI, the Unified Payments Interface.
Yeah.
It was launched in 2016 by the Narendra Modi government.
Yeah.
It turned smartphones into banks.
I remember a problem with the currency in India about devaluing currency and some problems. I think it's not been easy over there. I think it's very difficult in India. I think so, but I'm not sure. I don't know where I'm at exactly. I'm in New York City, what I know to be New York City, but I just,
Bank accounts, zero balance accounts under India's financial inclusion program. A stands for Aadhaar, India's unique ID system, and M stands for mobile connectivity.
Yeah.
It transformed welfare and financial inclusion, especially in rural India.
I
It gave
know.
the poor access to banking. It enabled direct bank transfers of subsidies.
I have
Money was
things like
transferred
this,
directly to
but I
recipients
just,
without any leakage. Identities can be
it's hard
verified
to
with
know.
a thumbprint, and welfare was distributed directly.
Yeah.
Without corruption or delay.
Everybody else went on to a different, there's multiple systems in America now that I don't know what they are.
Even Western economies have studied India's model. The United Nations has praised UPI for enabling financial inclusion.
Yeah, I don't have it, I don't guess. Maybe I do. See, I don't know what I have. Because here, where I am now, it's blacked out bad. It's crazy and it's hard to understand what's going
The
on.
IT industry earns more than $245 billion a year. More than $200 billion of it comes from exports. Software services, maintenance, testing. This is for global clients, mainly in the US and Europe. But AI could hit this model hard.
Yeah.
Automated tools can now write code, they can test programs and handle back-end operations.
And
the impact is already showing.
Yes.
In 2023, 7 of India's biggest IT firms, including TCS and Infosys, laid off 75,000 workers. That's 4% of their combined workforce.
You know, this is where I'm going to stop this, because at this point it's a waste of time. It is a waste of my time. Because I am a man who is a leader. And I've been in the shadows because I'm being held back. They're preventing me from getting my rightful place. So I'm throwing down now. And I'm going to escalate violence and make it more violent and come out as a person leading violence for peace. Ronald Reagan. And these men are going to have to face me face to face. And I'm going to stand in my rightful place. Because they're the wards of war. I'm a lord of peace. And if I have to make war escalate because it's their war, I will do it. I have the power and the ability. That's what I'm doing. It's Monday, and I'm on a PR campaign to promote myself and my name and my rightful place as a leader, to hold accountable the lords of war, because I'm a man of peace, Ronnie-Dean-Ward. That's it. So I'm going to post this up.